Welcome to our estate sale on Rocky Mountain. People like to talk about packed houses, and usually they're grossly exaggerating, but on this one, we are not kidding. This house is extremely packed. So, looking at the tour, we have collector's plates and dolls of the world. Over here, we have more dolls of the world and an organ. We have Hummel plates almost from the very first one all the way up to about 2000. There are in here about 150 Hummels, all different sizes. We have a Maxwell Parrish type antique print. There are tons and tons and tons of figurines, as you can tell. The lady sold Avon, and there is literally one of every Avon bottle ever made. She also collected David Winters cottages, and there's about 50 David Winters cottages. There's actually some of the really big ones that you don't find anymore. And then also some Goebel gnomes. Over here we have a Sony Trinitron. Actually, and those things always work really, really, really well. And Entertainment Center. There is tons of records. The records are mostly country or older music. There's a reproduction record player and an organ stool. And we have an antique mantel clock and a whole bunch of more knickknacks. Over here we have a really cool mid-century lamp that would be really cool on a desk. Here we have Sansui speakers and more knickknacks in an entertainment center. A sofa and a bear. This is a console radio player record and radio that's actually the size of a coffee table. These are actually really kind of hard to find. We've only ever had one before, and they're really kind of different. And the matching chair. See, over here, like I said, this place is packed. We have a baker's rack, and she collected teapots and lots of teacups. We've got several sets of china, all different makers. Lots and lots of collectible glassware, lots of depression glass, lots of candle wick. You name it, if it was made, she probably has at least one example of it. This is more of the glassware that she's got. And also remember, everything underneath the tables, there's boxes underneath the tables to dig through too. There's that much stuff. And amberware. We're selling the refrigerator. The ice maker does not work. Lots of pots and pans. There's depression glass. There's the Avon Cape Cod. 3 more sets of china and a whole lot more clear glassware. Tons of kitchen utensils. And just a lot more glassware. In the hall, just tons of silver plate, a lot of old quadruple plate. And you haven't even seen the other half of the living room. This is even more glassware. Lots of milk glass, more teacups, more china. We have even more teacups. There's actually some old doll furniture underneath that's at the larger cell, or larger size. These are Bosens. There's 12 Bosens. And 2 smoke stands. A composition doll. And a whole bunch of wood cigar boxes. And a really cool wooden antique billiards box. Let's see. There's lots of Fenton. There's Frank Oma. There's McCoy. There's Lennox. I mean, there's just pretty much just about anything you can imagine. Antique rocker and 2 coat racks. And the front bedroom And imagine, this is actually only a 2-bedroom house, if you can imagine how packed this is. Lots more Avon figurines. She has tons of craft stuff. There's a Bernina record sewing machine. Has tons of attachments. Those are actually going to be kept up at the cashier. She had collected Barbies, a Tiffany style lamp, and those are the games. And she square danced, so this other half of the closet is full of her square dancing outfits. So if you're into square dancing, there's actually a lot of kind of cool costuming. Down the other hallway, we've got a jewelry armoire and tons. I mean, she loved clothes. I mean, this entire closet, I mean, everywhere is just packed almost to the point it's hard to pull anything off the shelf. Let's see, this is, excuse me, where the scrapbooking starts. There is scrapbooking literally everywhere. There's a washstand, belt buckle collection. There's actually several quilts. There is a button quilt and several quilt toppers. And she loved hand-worked linens. This entire thing is full of linens that all have handwork or appliques or crochets on them. So I'll take you to the other half of the house that's got all the costume jewelry and Jim Beam bottles. Here we have all the books, and they are stacked up for the selling. We have a desk, lots of really cool kind of desk items. There is, over here, there are Jim Beam bottles. There are several, probably over 100 Jim Beam bottles in the garage. Some really cool rare ones. There's clowns. This is the start of the costume jewelry. This is the more common costume jewelry. There's going to be 2 entire showcases full of it inside the garage, locked up on tables. This is utility room, fairly nice washer and dryer. And this is the garage. It's a little dark because of the lighting, but we have folding mid-century chairs. We've got a Jim Beam bottle train set. This entire rack is Jim Beam bottles. Over here, actually we haven't even been able to get through everything yet. We're still actually unboxing stuff, so there's going to be some surprises on Saturday morning. This is kind of where the sewing and craft stuff starts. And like I said, it's not just on the tables, it's on the floors, just about everywhere you can go. Underneath all of these tables, it's just boxes full of Avon bottles. So if you collect Avon bottles, this is like the mother lode. And holiday decor. And more holiday decor. And just when you thought we were out of Jim Beam bottles, there's another full rack full of Jim Beam bottles, some collector's steins. There is a Singer treadle sewing machine, and this is going to be where the better costume jewelry is. We'll have it laid out. It'll be more visible, obviously, during the day of the sale. We have it boxed up to go, because for security reasons, we don't leave it here overnight. There's lots of old photographs and memorabilia. Apparently a family member was in vaudeville, so there's programs and old stage photos. There is more Christmas ornaments and more Christmas ornaments. And some flatware and this really cool kind of kitsch rooster kitchenware is a wood thing with rooster appliques. And that pretty much completes the tour. There's actually even stuff outside, but we're not videoing it today. But you'll be able to see it when you come to the estate sale, and we hope to see you there. Bye-bye.